I'm Robert Earl, the chairman. A very brief introduction. I want to thank Golden Boy Sports Network for letting Planet Hollywood participate and invest in this. This is the first fight for a brand new casino. I hope we're making all of you welcome. We expect to stay in the fight game for a long time. We're going to do a lot more fights, but we couldn't find a better one to start with than this one. Two incredible champions. Two great athletes. I've had the opportunity over the last few weeks to get to know them both. They're both amazing, and it's going to be an incredible adventure. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome the boss of Golden Boy, the CEO, Mr. Richard Schaefer.
Thank you, Robert. The CEO is right, but the boss is right there. Right here. Anyway, thank you, Robert, and thank you, Planet Hollywood, for really stepping up and making this beautiful new facility available and opening up to all the sports and fight fans from around the world. And indeed, an international crowd. It is a great turnout. Look at this press room here and everybody here. It's really exciting to be here for this great fight. Only a few days to go and the fireworks will fly of a fight which has been anticipated for many, many years. Two of the best pound-for-pound champions in the world, two of the best 5 pound-for-pound champions in the world. Each one has accomplished so much in their own, and finally that fight is happening, and it's only 2 days away. So all of you who don't have yet purchased tickets, I encourage you, get your tickets, be there, witness that amazing night live here from Las Vegas. I'd like to thank as well our sponsors, Rockstar Energy Drink and Affliction Clothing and Tecate Beer for stepping up again and putting their brands and their exposure back behind this great sport of boxing. One is a legend and the other one wants to become a legend. And on Saturday night, many of these questions, all of these questions will be answered. So without further ado now, I would like to have Frank Warren, our co-promoter, say a few words before I'm going to introduce the other participants on the dais.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for coming along here today. It's indeed a great privilege and a pleasure to be involved in an event like this, involving two of the best boxers in the game at the moment, both the best in their respective divisions. And I'd like to thank Robert Earl from Planet Hollywood for hosting the event. I'd like to thank, obviously, my good friend here, Richard Schaefer, for obviously working with us, and we've been working very hard together, and we hope we can have a successful promotion. I'd like to thank HBO, Kerry Davis, who I challenged him to make this match, and he made it happen, so I'm pleased for that. Satantas back in the UK, who are covering the event, and Rockstar, the sponsors. I'd like to, more importantly, thank the boxers for making this fight happen. You know, Bernard Hopkins is 43, looks after himself outside the ring. He's coming to fight. I know without a doubt if he doesn't win this fight, and I don't believe he will, if he doesn't win this fight, I don't see where he'll go from this. So he's got to come out fighting. He can't box Joe Calzaghe on the back foot. Legends don't do that. Legends come to fight. And you all know how Joe Calzaghe fights. As soon as the bell goes, he's out there, he's on you, throwing shots. He doesn't take a backward step. So hopefully the fans are going to be in for a real treat. We're going to see one of the best, hopefully one of the best events we've seen for a long time in Vegas. Tickets are available, there's only a few left, so please, if you want to come and see this fight, you know, see these two guys in the flesh, be there at the Thomas & Mack on Saturday. That's all I've got to say, and I hope everybody enjoys the fight. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. I'd like to introduce now Keith Kaiser, the Executive Director of the Nevada Athletic Commission, and I believe it's actually his anniversary weekend. It was a great year with the Commission. It was a great year, 2007. Many records were broken here in Nevada, and we are looking forward to break even more records this year and continuing to bring the best and biggest fights here to the state of Nevada. It really is the head office, the center of boxing, the capital of boxing in the world, and it is really possible to continue to bring these great fights because of the great commission we have here in Nevada. Please keep. For those who watched last Saturday's fight, following the fight on HBO, following the fight show, which was produced by HBO Sports.
We started after the Calzaghe-Kessler fight back in Wales of last year. After at the press conference, so stunning victory. Of course, you media people who were there asked the obvious question, Joe, who do you want to fight next? And Joe's response was immediate. I want Bernard Hopkins. And Warren said, HBO, Kerry Davis, you guys got to make that fight happen. You guys got to step in here. Right? And I said to some of the American media in there, I said, you know what? Fights like this is a pay-per-view fight. The marketplace sets the tone for fights like this. The marketplace sets these guys' purses. Right? So this is not an HBO situation, and I don't know why Frank's even bothered calling my name. He should be calling Mark Taffel. Well, when we went back home, and I sat down with Ross Greenberg, and we looked over our strategy for 2008, we said to ourselves, you know, we always talk about the fact that we want to make a commitment to at least bring some pay-per-view fights, at least 2 a year, live on the network. Because that's the only way to really sustain the growth of this sport. I'm not one of those people that think boxing is going to ever die. But in order for us to thrive, we've got to bring our biggest events to our biggest audiences. And so we did step up here, and we did make a commitment. And I want to thank Ross, and I want to thank the people in quote-unquote charge at HBO, because they did step up in a big way to make a fight like this happen for what they believe is a long-term game. And the other people who need to be thanked are the promoters and the fighters. Bernard Hopkins is 43. Joe Calzaghe, how old are you? 26. Something like that, right? These two guys, you know, I usually, when I sit and I'm making these arguments that, hey guys, let's look long growth of boxing, I'm talking to a fighter who's 25, 26, maybe 30 tops, right? But both of these men understand, right, that the legacy of the sport that they love is involved here. And so this is their way of also giving back, right? So I appreciate the commitment. They didn't chase the last dollar here. They could have made more money at this fight on a pay-per-view. And I appreciate the commitment of both Frank, Richard, but most of all, Hopkins and Joe. Bernard, you know, I'll call you P. Hopper. Because those are the guys that made this fight happen. And I want to say one last thing. Right? Saturday night, you're going to see a great fight. The very best versus the very best. Two of the top 5 pound for pound on everybody's list. And we're really excited about that. But also, for fights like this to happen and continue to thrive, I have to thank each and every one of you media people who came out here. Because to get out here on a Wednesday, right, to come in and understand the importance of making fights like this happen, you guys help keep this sport alive, and you guys help make fights like this happen by your commitment to the sport as well. So I want to thank each of you. Guys, it's going to be a great night on Saturday night. Thank you to Planet Hollywood for stepping up as well. And our start time on Saturday will be 9:45 Eastern, 6:45 Pacific. So you guys who have deadlines, you should have no problem meeting those. Thanks again.
Nelly. Do you even know exactly how He's brought a present over from Wales. It's a tradition when we come to the States to give the other side a present. He's brought a present over from Wales for Bernard.
I watched him last time, but
I don't take presents from my enemies.
no, not let me. 5 minutes, I'm afraid. Just from Wales.
You want to take it back after the fight?
Hey, you are prepared? You might need to. Bye
Now I had a rocking chair from Tarver. I got a cane. I got my own cane.
That's, you know, say Ross as we are, we've got to come back and always bring a present over. And, you know, what's it, Bernard arrived, had a little controversy once, I think it was. He was trying to make me talk when I didn't like to talk. But now I think there's only respectable more to give him back a present. And I think definitely need them, mate. And, you know, I was going to get a rocking chair, but that's too heavy. So, yeah, Bert. Hello to Team Renegades, right? All right. Fire.